Hey there, my name's Greg Malega. I'm a woodworker, surfboard shaper, and yeah, I'm just going to show you how to make a cherry burl bowl today. I'm going to use my lathe and bandsaw to start things off. So I'll show you how that's done. So first, you want to cut one of the sides of your bowl blank flat. Now I'm going to cut the bowl blank around so that it spins a lot easier once I put it on the lathe. We're at my lathe and I'm going to show you how to attach your bowl blank to the lathe with what is called a worm drive or a worm screw. I think it's a pretty simple method to start with any piece of wood that isn't super big and heavy and get it on the lathe really quickly. So that it can attach to this worm screw right here, and I'm just going to drill a hole so that this will fit right in the middle here. So this next part can freak some people out because you're taking the chunk of wood and on its lowest speed you're going to put it on this woodworm while it's going. Just saves you a little bit of time. If this doesn't feel safe to you, then don't do it. And now you just tighten it down the rest of the way until it's snug on your jaw. Now, it's ready to be turned up to speed. And you can start turning. So I'm just going to sharpen these bowl gouges really quickly. I don't use any guides or anything. After a while you just get a feel for hand sharpening. This way you can change the bevel to something that works for you. The first initial cuts, you really just want to get it round. You can see it has a little bit of a wobble to it. So now it's relatively round. This is going to be a live edge piece, so I want to leave some of this weird grain and color to it. So I'm just going to put a tenon on the bottom of the bowl now. I'm going to switch over to my smaller bowl gouge for that. Looks like I'm through the bark. and into the wood. It has some really cool grain there. It's very sappy, so it's kind of hard on your tools. It'll stick to your tools and dull them. I'll just give a little bit of a taper so that it sits easily into the jaw. So that's it. That's the bottom of the bowl. You can see where I just put the tenon on here. Some really cool grain running through this. Move my tool rest out of the way. Just get a good grip and unscrew it. Now you got your bowl blank. Take the worm drive out. Expand the jaw out so that your tenon fits. Tighten it down. Put your tool rest back up, center it, and you're ready to get back at it. So now I'm on the other side of my lathe. It's just more comfy for me to stand on this side. Do what feels comfortable for you. That's probably going to be the safest thing too. So now I'll just adjust my tool rest and start hollowing the bowl out. So that's pretty much it. This is a small bowl, so you don't need to hollow out a ton. It doesn't take a long time to do. I'm probably going to go just a little bit thinner, but this has the heartwood in it, so I don't want to go too thin and risk it cracking. So I'll just go a little bit deeper into the bowl. Give you a better look at this. Pretty wild looking. You can see the sun peeking through, or my light peeking through. So it got pretty thin there, but it looks really cool. I really like this color variation. A guy that I surf with just gave this bowl to me. I get a lot of my wood that way. Kind of looks like an owl face almost. Very cool. Just gonna sand it a little bit. I used really sharp tools so I don't have to sand too much. I'll probably start at 200 grit and work my way up from there. I'd like to take my tool rest off for this part and find some sandpaper. Mirka Abernet sandpaper works really well. See just how much resin this type of wood has in it, so it gums up your sandpaper super quick. So that's that. I'm gonna do one more pass with 600 grit sandpaper. Really makes everything extra smooth. it's shining a lot brighter there. And the last step is I'm just going to burnish the bowl. So burnishing, you just take wood shavings and hold it against the bowl, and the oils from the wood shavings bond and give it a natural finish, so you don't have to use any type of finish on it. That's it. Pretty cool looking Burl. Looks like it has a finish on it just because you can get it to such a fine grit using sharp tools, sandpaper, and pine is really sappy, so it just kind of has its own natural oil to it already. So that pretty crazy owl face, wild looking. You can see the branch running straight through, and that really cool burl texture to the outside there. So here it is, cherry, it's a pine burl bowl. I normally turn the tenon off at the end, but I really like how this one sits, and it's a tiny bowl that you're just going to put your keys or whatever in at the end of the day, leave it by your door, and yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe. If you have any questions about my process, there's tons of different ways to woodwork. Just leave a question or a comment below. Thank you.